matter the weather, he delivers.
Game time, Brian. Your name's staying the icon. You need a way to the fire. Lady with hammer stills gunned in the living room. Just a mailbag full, delivering letters. Now I'm dropping that fuel from the 9 to 5 to the Cowboys grind. Turn my voice into a platform. Game time, Brian. Every snap, every play, break it all down. Blue and silver pride, yeah, I rep this town. From the news to the rumors, every hot debate. If it's Cowboys talk, man, I'm never late. They say America's team, yeah, the name holds weight. 5 rings deep, and we still chase 8. No matter win or lose, I stay locked in. Every game day is game time again. Game time, Brian, put the star in the sky. Talking about the boys till the day I die. From the mail route grind to the YouTube fame. Now the whole world knows my name. Tune in, lock in, yeah, we going live. Cowboys Nation, yeah, we ride or die. Opinions fly, but the passion stays. Every day's game time. Press play. Dak takes the snap, Micah on the chase. Talking O-line, defense, who's making the plays? Trays, rumors, draft picks too. If it's Cowboys news, then you know I come through. No network scripts, just a fan with a voice. Doing this my way, yeah, that's my choice. Breaking it down for the real, no cap. If you're riding for the star, then you know where we at. They say America's team, yeah, the name holds weight. 5 rings deep and we still chase 8. No matter win or lose, I stay locked in. Every damn day, it's game time again. Yeah, top run, put the star in the sky. Talking about the boys till the day I die. From the mail rail grind to the YouTube fame. Now the whole world knows my name. Tune in, lock in, yeah, we going live. Cowboys Nation, yeah, we ride or die. Opinions fly, but the passion stays. Every day's game time. Press play.
Leg nights, early mornings. Yeah, I built this up. Did it for the fans, never just for luck. One video turned into something real. Now Cowboys
Nation. The Dallas Cowboys select Dallas Cowboys select Cowboys select.
Yeah, the Phillies definitely got to pick it up here. It's crazy. It's cray. But I will say this. Horrible weather out. It's windy-ish. It's windy as shit here. Fly Parks. It's windy as shit here. It's cold. Well, good evening, everybody. Game Time Brian here, otherwise known as the Mailman. But yes, watching the Phillies game, I almost wish they would just have an extended road trip to start the season. Start out in Florida, go to Arizona, go to LA, get that over with, spend the first 3 weeks. You can't spend a game away, but it is, like the next few days are going to get better, but today is like 52 and windy is all get out. It's tough to pitch. Take it from an ex-baseball player. Thank you, Elena. It's tough to it's just tough to pitch in this weather. So Aaron Nola's struggling to start the season. He'll settle down. Aaron Nola's the man. He'll be fine. But Rolo's in the house. Hit the like button for the mailman while you're here, please. Thank you, Rolo. Thank you, brother. I appreciate it. I appreciate anything you guys do. I appreciate it. I'll let the Zoom crew in a few minutes. Stay patient while you guys are in the green room. But yeah, we are sitting here 8 days away from the draft. I don't know. Like, we're getting a lot of smoke screens, but I think now the smoke is starting to dissipate. The smoke is starting to clear a little bit. It's looking more and more like a good player for my Eagle people. Looks like a good player is going to fall at 32. Listen, I know what the narrative, how he does no wrong right now, but you really can't overthink it. You really can't overthink it because as an Eagle fan, you're a Super Bowl winner, right? You lost some key pieces, and I heard something on the radio this morning that I strongly disagree with. I think the worst thing that you could do is reach for a position. If Tyler Booker is there at 32, it may not be the necessarily position that the Eagles need. You should take him. If somebody else that, like a Jihad Campbell, is climbing back up the boards, I don't know that Eagles would take that. I would take an edge rusher. I don't know. Mel Kiper's latest, he's got the Tennessee edge rusher. Now, he's got a lot of off the field issues. I think, coming off a Super Bowl, I think the Eagles are in a good position to take a gamble on a guy like that. That's kind of where I would go. Or if Booker drops, I don't know how you don't go with it. I don't think Booker's going to be there, but Mel Kiper had Booker going to 32. But Mark Hutchin, move back and pick up Hampton. Now, I don't know that. Yeah, that was one of them. Yes, and I'm starting to come your way a little bit when it comes to running back in the first round. I am. I'm like, as far as what I think they might do, I just have a feeling that Mel Kiper is going to be right when it comes down to the Cowboys at 12. And let me know, Mark Hutchin, if they take Hampton at 12, which, again, I think we heard some good things from Stephen Jones, Mark, that he's willing to trade down, right? He's willing to trade down. Jimbo, I like Hampton. I do. To me, I think you could get Hampton. If you drop down a little bit. But, again, I'm going to do my final mock. I got a lot to do, actually, between now and next Thursday. I have a lot to do. Still working on a broadcast. We're not going to have Louis T on Tuesday. He got back to me. He's got a prior engagement. Looks like it's going to be me, Mark, a Pizzle, and Philly 500 next Tuesday night. Now, I could look for a Commander YouTuber. Look at Momo. Momo wants in. He wants in. So you might be the call, Momo. You may be the call. You just got to come with some good stuff. I will. You may get run over in that room.
I love challenges.
I'm playing with you. So we'll see. Yeah, Louis like, I could do Monday, I could do Wednesday. I'm like, listen, it's very hard for me to reach back out to Philly and say, how about Monday or how about Wednesday? These guys are busy, and Louis can do Monday or Wednesday. He just can't do Tuesday. But Tuesday works for everybody. I'm not going to revisit that. It is what it is.
So when is it? Tuesday?
Yeah, it'll be Tuesday night, 9:00. But I haven't decided if we're going to add anybody. I mean, we'll play it by ear, but just be ready. I'll email you if I need you. But
you're gonna need me.
But let's get to the chat real quick. Did I miss a super chat? No, I didn't. Okay, let's go back to the top. Let's welcome everybody in. We got Isaac Ramirez, Jeff Lee, Arturo Gomez, Vinny Hagan, Manna Hawkins Zone, Dustin Bosley. What's up, brother? How are you? Wow, we're getting a loaded for Bear. I don't know what's going on with Jesse. Let's see who else we got. We got Dirty Sanchez, Dallas Cowboys. He says, "Mailman always delivers." What's up, brother? Felix Rojas. How are you, Felix? Jimbo, my neighbor's in the house. Who else we looking at? Coyote. What's up, Coyote? Let's see. We got Fly Parks, Philly Zone. Yeah, you got to mute whoever unmuted. I can hear myself in the back. Stephen White, what's up? None of the above. Tyler Warren or trade back? Hey, I think Tyler Warren may go top 10, but he may be there. Who else we got in the house? Real quick before we move it along. Dude Rolo, we got West Virginia Country Boys in the house. Elena Walker, thank you so much. Let's see here. Mark Hutchton, obviously, the man, the myth, the legend. Who else we got? Who else? Who's next? I think I got everybody. Linda Conyers, how are you, Linda? Mouse in the house. What's up? You got Mouse in the house. Check 1 2. Thomas Garrett's on his way in. Who else we got? Chris May, Retro Game Grub and Cowboys. What's going on, Chris? Timothy Looper, hello from the fat old big goobered Cowboy fan from Terrell, Texas. Was just talking to Wade. I told Wade to give Virus a call. I don't know if he did. Mark Hutchison, what's up?
He did. He just called me.
All right, cool. As far as I'm concerned, we have our number 2 in Mingo. I think that's kind of how they're looking at, and we could talk a little bit about that, Mark. We can. We could definitely talk about that. Thank you so much for the super chat, Mark. Appreciate you. Let's see who else we got. Let's get to that. Okay, we are all caught up. Thank you. If I missed anybody, just put it in the chat and I'll get to it. So what's up, boys? We got Virus, Randy McIntyre, Big D, Thomas Garrett, Momo in the house. Is Jesse not in, or he can't get in? I don't know what's going on.
He came in and disappeared.
Yeah. He must be a like in a bad cell area. But
You might be going off the train or something like that.
yeah, he didn't know you were I had texted him the other day. And he didn't know that you were like kind of bedridden. Not, you just had surgery. Not that you're not getting around, but I'm like, dude. I'm like, just give him a call. And then I was breaking his stones. Wade said he'll join us shortly because I had watched that snippet of Wade on Law Nation and AOC. And
he told me, "Oh, why are you telling on me?" I was like, "I didn't know it was a secret. My bad."
No.
It was a joke.
I saw you, Wade, being all gentlemanly like on the big old Law Nation show. Yeah, you coming here.
Yeah, I told you he'd been on there before. He said he'd never been on there. Yeah. I know I heard him before.
So, Momo, let me start with you. Timothy Looper, game time. You got to remember, Mark will not break bread with Pizzle. Yeah, he will. He already knows about it. Yes, he will, Timothy.
Hey, Jeff Lee.
I already made them like each other. So, these guys already kissed and made up a few months ago. But anyway, Momo, as we sit here a week away from the draft, as a Commander fan, what are you looking for your team in the first round? What do you hope they're going to do in the first round? And second, what do you think they're going to do? It may be the same answer.
Well, I hope they just go after some defensive tackles or linebackers.
Okay.
That's what I'm hoping. What I think they're going to do,
Yeah.
What they all I
Just
just
looking
got a
at,
feeling.
I'm sure you've been looking at the first round mock drafts and what,
Yeah, I have.
So, like, what do you think? Now, just remember, you know that Dan Quinn likes big corners, right?
Yes.
And Dan Quinn likes big, he likes big one techniques. Now, I don't know, where do you sit? Like, where do you sit with your interior for the Commanders? I mean,
I think we have so much we can improve
you
on
think?
based on
Yeah.
the defense last year. Cause defense, to me, I hear everybody keeps telling me how good they was. I said, no, they wasn't. They was horrible on the
Well,
run.
when you were matched up against a team like the Eagles, it was, again, so were most teams. Most teams were outgunned against the Eagles last year.
Yeah.
So don't necessarily, because, when a team gets on a roll like the Birds did last year,
No, but
it's tough to
but
look back and go, oh, we're
we
that
couldn't
far
stop
away.
the run. We couldn't stop the run
Yeah.
on against Pittsburgh, against all these teams, but we just couldn't stop the run.
Yeah.
And when we need now, I just think they need to get defensive tackles and linebackers, good linebackers, who could, hey, I don't know if we're going to. I guess there is a big corner out there, stuff like that.
There's a guy.
But here's the problem: the taller you are, the slower you are.
Well, that's the
ain't
thing
nobody
about
6'6", ain't nobody 6'4", 6'5" running.
Well, there's
running
a guy.
down.
There's a guy for East Carolina, Siobhan Ravel. I don't know.
I know him very well.
He's
I know
got
him very
some
well.
issues
I'm in
injury
Greenville,
wise.
North Carolina,
Yeah,
and I know him very well. I go to the games.
So I think that Dan Quinn's gonna love him. What's up, Twiz? How are you? So,
But here's the problem with him: he gets burned all the time. So I don't understand.
Well, that's my thing. I'm not a huge fan of his, but he does also make plays. So
he also gets beat a lot.
Just remember, again, the Eagles laid the blueprint. I'm not here to crap on the Eagles secondary, but I think any Eagle fan would admit that like a pass rush, Momo, really helps your secondary. Anyway,
I get that. Well, let me say this final thing about the guy from East Carolina. Now he's playing in a conference, and the teams he are playing are bad teams.
I know.
He's not playing in a top conference. East Carolina don't play in the top conference.
Mouse Bryant had the Eagles every week. LOL. He's
the
good
closest,
luck. Dude. I don't
the
think I
best
lost.
team they played. I guess they played North Carolina State, and they played Navy. Maybe I think they played Navy. But just think about it. The teams they are playing are bad teams. So that he's going to go to the NFL and think he's going to do better?
I would say this, and Randy, you jump in here because maybe, like, I don't know. I'm going to say a name. Larry Allen went to Sonoma State and played against played against nobodies and dominated. So I would say, Randy, just expound on that and your opinion. I don't know what you think of Siobhan Ravel, but in general, are you overly worried about a small school guy necessarily?
No, I can give you another name, and that's Darius Alexander, who was a standout as defensive line. Here's what I think. One thing I think is Washington's in a prime spot to trade back in the first part of the second round and pick up a pick or two and still get the man that they want, because somebody's going to want to come up for a quarterback. That's my thought.
Yeah, I think a lot of quarterbacks are going. I really do.
I do too.
I mean, realistic, everybody in the chat, I realistically think it's going to be Ward, Sanders, Dart. I think Milroe. I know Jesse's trying to get in, but the Giants, just stay tuned for my mock draft, my final. I got them trading back up into the first round to get Milroe because they cannot wait. They cannot wait. It's going to be a feeding frenzy to get the fifth-year option at the bottom of the first round between Cleveland and the Giants trying to trade back into the first to get that fifth-year option for a friggin' Jalen Milroe. And the loser is going to end up with Will Howard, which I think might be one of the best quarterbacks in this draft. Yeah, I said it. I love Will Howard.
I'm with you, Brian. Everything you just said.
Jesse, where you at? How come you're not in here?
I did hear today that the Giants are talking about trading back in the first round.
Yep, they just said it. I just read it. Yep.
It's in the community tab, Jesse. I don't know why. I let you in multiple times, brother. You got to go out and use the right link. I put another link in there. Mitchell's from a small school. Yes, Bobby Babinski. Kenyon Mitchell. But again, I think, not to be mean, but I think like discussing Eagle corners after last year, I think it's not real fair because I don't think you guys really know. You're going to know more about those guys going down the line. Unless your pass rushers is dominant, then that's going to help. Like Dallas back in the day, all of our corners went and signed big free agent deals and never lived up to the hype outside of Deion Sanders. We had one guy, right, Randy, out of I think Texas A&M, a Texas A&M named Kevin Smith. Yeah, I think Kevin Smith was the one guy who was a drafted guy who was good. Larry Allen. It was a 7th round draft pick or a 12th round draft pick, I think.
I think it was the second.
Larry Allen? No, not Larry Allen. Larry Brown.
Larry Brown. Larry Brown was a 12th round pick.
Larry Brown was what?
12th.
He was round 12.
Yeah, that's back when they had a lot.
He was the 12th, and Larry Allen was the 3rd.
Yeah, I was thinking about Larry Brown. Sorry. Larry Brown, the Super Bowl 30 MVP. Thanks, Mark. 5 quarterbacks were invited for the opening night. Yeah, Mark, that's what I'm saying. 5 were invited. Maybe 1 slips into the second. Maybe. But, we're going to see. Thank you, Mark. Appreciate the support, brother. Jesse, you'll just pop. I'll get an email that says, you're in a Zoom call when there's no shows scheduled. I'm like, hey, he's waiting. There's no show. But Twiz, what's going on, brother?
I don't want to make my own show up.
Yeah, Twiz is in the house. What's going on, Twiz? How you doing, man? The Twiz is saying sweep. He was talking sweep in the chat the other day. Marcus Blackman, Daniel M. What's going on? Joe Namassi's in the house. He's joining a Zoom call. What's up, Flip Shelton? How are you, brother? Wade loves Dak again.
Here you go.
Get him, Bobby. What? Get him, what? Bobby. They're all here in your Law Nation. Well, dude, I actually heard you say this one time, too. You did say, and then you can't even back off it. You said, well, Dak needs more help. I heard
he does need more help.
He's not wrong.
No, no, he's not wrong. But when he comes on here, it's shit on Dak 24/7. That's all I'm saying.
Dak does need more help, but he sucks balls in the playoffs.
Yeah, you didn't say that over there. You were like, well, Dak needs to step up against
how many times, I'm tired of arguing with Law. I'm so tired of arguing with me and him have argued about this for like 4 years already.
I did hear you go off. I did hear you go off.
Literally about a month ago, me and Law spent about 10 minutes going back and forth about Dak on a phone call.
Can I say something about some of these podcasters who are very loyal to their team? Sometimes they don't want to see the truth about that.
Like you.
Go ahead, Momo, get him.
I just think Dak Prescott. I think he's a decent quarterback. I think when it comes to pressure, the pressure comes great, and he can't handle the pressure. Some players just can't handle the pressure.
All right,
that's the point.
Yeah, how
much? Kind of like Tom Brady, Momo. How about Tom Brady?
Right? No, he handles the pressure very well.
That's the most ridiculous take I've ever heard.
Actually,
Tom
Daniel
Brady
M.
overrated.
Daniel M. Stephen Jones said he would be willing to trade down. Daniel, he said he's not trading. The
Giants. I just read a report that the Giants, Jesse, are trying to. They're saying they'll play him both sides of the ball.
That's if they get him. I don't think they're going to get him. I really don't think they're going to get him. They're going to end up with Aaron Carter.
Yeah, I think the Browns are going to get him.
Aaron Carter?
Yeah.
Or
Yeah,
Abdul
they've
Carter.
been talking a lot over there.
Aaron
They've been
Carter,
talking
I
a
think
lot
he's
over
passed
there.
away, but Abdul Carter, you might get.
Abdul Carter, I'm sorry.
Aaron Carter, the singer, is that?
Yeah.
Oh
yeah.
yeah,
Come on,
that's the voice
bro.
style.
Come on, bro. Chris Johnson, what's up? Yeah, I mean, I didn't bring that up to crap on Dak. I'm just making fun of Wade, but with all seriousness, I liked what I heard from Stephen Jones. I really did. So, game time.
Let's go get Jalen Ramsey. Let's do it.
I'm for
Game
that.
time. What if Ted is there at 12? Daniel M. That's
Grab him.
That's the thing.
Take him.
I was gonna ask Randy something and I forgot, so I'm annoyed. I'm annoyed at myself. I was gonna ask Randy something based on what Wade was saying, but whatever. It is what it is. I got so much in my head.
I didn't want to argue with AOC.
I can't.
We'd have been there having a meltdown on TV.
Mouse, surprised. I'm agreeing with Momo. He's
that would have
right.
been a good one.
Mouse, that's not good. If you're agreeing with Momo too much, no. Momo, he brings an opinion. That's awesome. Game time.
Did you see
Brian,
the guy
me and Mark are going
before?
to
Did you see
cuddle
the
our
guy
stream.
before me who called in on the channel Game Time?
Do me a favor. Just did somebody block that Game Time, Brian? That's not me, obviously.
On the channel?
Yeah.
I got you.
That's our buddy.
They do it before.
That's
That's
slow.
our buddy. See ya.
Yep.
Bye bye.
You guys already blog him?
Yeah, just time him out. I could hide.
Yeah,
him from the
where's
sound.
Kelvin Joseph's bitch ass? When's he getting on here?
Who?
Kevin Joseph, the guy that keeps harassing Mark.
That's him.
Yeah, someone's already
that-
blocked him.
Oh, that
Yeah, that's him. He always go on different accounts.
That's him.
Oh, that
Yeah,
dick face.
he got a million accounts. He's the bogus
Yeah,
one.
he's been messing with Mark for a while.
I don't.
Yeah,
listen,
he
man.
has.
Hey,
Again,
Kevin, hop on here.
that's
dick
not
face.
his name, but we don't need to say his real name because
Exactly.
it's not worth my time. I'm trying to do positive stuff here. Fake account.
I'm trying to fight tonight. Let's do this.
What he wants to throw in.
Eagles don't apologize for good management. Linda, maybe I was talking about that. I don't know. I don't know what I was going to say, but anyway, Randy, as we sit here a week away from the draft, we've pretty much covered the gamut. We think they're going to go receiver. If Gentry's there, we're taking him. There was a time where Will Johnson, right? I think that's faded. The edge rushers, I think what we knew all along is what is finally really coming out. What do you think is going to happen? Honestly, Randy, what's your gut?
You know, this is the year that I think everybody's talking about receiver, and I'm scared to death that they're going to go out and take somebody like Mikael Williams or Jalen Walker.
So.
I hope I'm wrong. I just have a sneaky suspicion that they're going to trade for somebody, and they're going to go a different way. I think Stephen Jones has got something up his sleeve that's big, that's going to come out right after the draft.
Well, you know, there's a lot of players that are out there. Now, I'm going to stay on topic first. We'll first address this issue. I don't believe they're going edge rusher round one. I believe the smokescreen is wide receiver. I think they may take a wide receiver. You heard Steven say they would be okay with trading down. You did hear that, right?
Yes, I did.
How strongly do you think, now just to let you know, Mel Kiper is usually dead on when it comes to the Cowboys. He's had the Cowboys take an Amari and Hampton consistently through 4 mock drafts. And, you know, here's my thing. If you're not going to take a Marion Hampton at 12, why not trade with Denver and slide down to 20?
I totally agree with you. That's where I would jump to.
Here's the thing, Randy. If Dallas says, no, we're taking a Marion Hampton, then stick to your guns. I can respect it. I can respect you saying, no, we think he's that good. We're not going to trade away from the player, and we're going to take them and end it. But my thing is, the dude is a stud. The more I see it, the more like the people I trust that are saying how good he is, rivaling Genty. Now Genty's better, but he's bigger, more physical.
Yeah, he's got the size over Genty for sure.
Do we trade away from that? That's what I'm actually thinking now. When you add in the Mingo thing, like Mark Hutchinson was saying, Mingo
is the top 2.
I don't think they're taking. I think they're taking Golden over McMillan.
That's what I was about to tell you.
Is Ibuka the safest pick? West Virginia. For my mind, yes. West Virginia country boy. Emeka Egbuka is the safest pick, but you don't need to take him at 12. You need to be Howie.
Yeah, you could trade down.
You need to be Howie-esque and trade down a few picks. Absolutely. Don't get too cute. Anyway, go ahead, Randy.
I think that Golden is the person that I want them to pick at not at 12. If I'll be honest with you, I think if Ted McMillan is there, I think they need to take him.
I don't think they are though. I'm telling you.
I don't either. I think if they can trade down to 20, like you said, and pick up a second from Denver, then you have a chance to get your running back, your wide receiver, and maybe a defensive back all in one.
Exactly.
But I don't think Gold will make it down to 20 though if we don't get Gold at 6 or 12.
It all depends. When you look at the draft order,
people are going to be fighting for quarterbacks at that point. I'm telling you, you're going to be surprised in the first round who's going to come up and jump up for quarterbacks. I think you're going to get a big shock before number 10 hits, and I think Dart is going to go in the top 10.
Let's look at it. Okay, so when we pick everybody, we're at 12. You got Miami at 13, right? Miami needs cornerback with a C. They need corner in the worst way. They're getting ready to trade Jalen Ramsey. That's possibly a Will Johnson, Jahdae Barron. They're not going wide receiver. Indianapolis Colts, they're going a tight end. They're possibly going quarter. I don't think they're going quarterback. They're going offensive line. They're going edge rusher. They're not going wide receiver. Atlanta Falcons, they sure as hell ain't going wide receiver. Arizona.
What worries me is the Chargers.
Arizona is not going wide receiver. They just got one Harrison. Number 17, they got 2 wide receivers that they're paying over $30 million. They're not going wide receiver. Number 18, that's the spot we want to drop to. Number 19, okay, I guess that's possible. But then number 20, they are hunting running backs. We're not dropping past 20, everybody. So that's why I said if we drop to 18, we'll get anybody. We'll get Golden there. Shit, we might have a choice of Golden and Hampton at 20.
Well, think about this, Brian. Say we trade down to 18, like you said. We pick up a second. Okay, we can pick Golden if he's there. Then we come back in the second round and pick a running back. And hey, if you really want a defensive back, you can trade the one that you just traded for the pick for the Miami defensive back, and you got somebody that's going to start right away.
I don't know that would happen, but I hear you. I hear you. It's going to take draft picks to get Jalen Ramsey. There you go. Philly's blowing it, and now it's 8-4. Jalen Ramsey, you may be able to trade a next year's draft pick, but I don't know.
I would hope so. That would be even better.
I don't know that I want Ramsey, but I'm not going to poo-poo it. I think I would rather have a veteran, knowing you have Diggs coming back and we don't know where he's going to be. We can't really move off the Diggs contract this year. You could get through this year and it's a little easier, but still tough. Somebody would have to trade for him is what would have to happen. So I don't see that happening. So I would like to bring in a guy. We talked about Jair Alexander, Randy.
Yes, that would take about a 5th round, I think.
Well, they're saying he's as of now he's a part of the team. They're moving on from him. His contract says it. They're not. They're going to wait to see what they get in the draft. So, that's what's going to happen. So
I agree.
I'll be back in 10 minutes, you guys. I'll be back in like 10 minutes.
I wouldn't draft O-line in round 1 again. Daniel M. I don't think that's going to happen. I think Membu will indeed go in the top 10. I think
for sure.
I think Will Campbell will go in the top 10. So now you're looking at, I don't believe we're going to be looking at an offensive lineman. But see, I don't mind trading down because you're looking at Josh, what's his name, out of Ohio State. Yeah,
Simmons. Yeah.
I mean, you're looking at Josh Simmons. If all fails, you're looking at Booker, Josh Simmons still on the board. You're looking at Burden, Igbuka. You're looking at Golden. You're looking at Hampton. Shit, you could even draft. If you got really wiped out, you could even draft a running back at the end of the first and just keep going back. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You can reverse things.
There's a lot of options, which is why I was happy that Stephen Jones did that. But I wonder if they're going to jump on a Marion Hampton and this is all a smokescreen. I don't think so. I think they want a wide receiver, but I think they want a certain type of wide receiver. They are counting on Mingo. He is a big-bodied guy. They need a guy who could just flat out run routes and is fast. So that's why I said Golden, even though Golden's a risk because he hasn't done it for a long time.
I think this is going to be a fun first-round draft this year.
It's going to be
because you're not going to see things coming that's going to happen.
Yeah, I don't think we will, Randy. Eagles has landed Super Bowl. What's up, brother? Congratulations to Jalen Hurts for being named on the top 100 most influential. Yeah, it's been a great year for Jalen Hurts. Congrats, man. I mean, I have to mute Jesse because I'm hearing myself. But yes, congrats. It's been a hell of a year for Jalen Hurts. He's a good man. More importantly, I'm not an Eagle fan, but you see the forest, through the trees. Jalen Hurts is a good person, so that makes me feel good that at least he's a good person. He's not a loudmouth, talk a lot of shit. He's just a good person. He's quiet, and there's nothing wrong with that.
No.
Ramsey is just a name now and not the same player. I agree. A trader.
I do too, somewhat.
But I think for us, we could use a veteran like that. That's all I'm saying. Just give me a veteran. I'm not even telling you it has to be Jalen. Like a Jair Alexander is a little younger, more injured, but maybe has more meat on the bone. No pun intended. No.
You mean meat off the bone?
no pun intended, right? Meat off the bone. Jalen never got man. Yeah. Marcus Blackman, big time respect for Jalen. Yeah, Marcus, that's what we could do here. I think we take the high road. Outside weapons of run game won't matter if you don't have the guys up front to block. Dwayne, I agree. But all the where they lined up last year, they are relying on a left, on a rookie left tackle. But everybody else is pretty darn solid, and they went out and got how many guards, Randy? How many guards did we get up? Get in the offseason, we brought at least 3 guards.
I think we got 2 or 3.
Yeah, we got a guy who started all 17 games for the Miami Dolphins. So,
yes,
we have options. What you want to have is competition. Where you start to go stagnant in the NFL is when you guys. Sorry, Jesse, I gotta pause you, bro.
2 or 3.
All I'm doing is hearing myself. I lost my train of thought. Yeah, I think where you run into problems is when everybody's guaranteed a starting spot, and you get older, and all of a sudden it was like, what happened? He was good last year. Speaking of that, we saw Tyron Smith retire today. Yet another Hall of Fame, first ballot Hall of Famer, Ring of Honor already been confirmed. Retire without winning, but a couple playoff games in his career.
It took Jimmy 30 years to get in the Ring of Honor.
Yeah, I know.
Ain't that a bitch?
Indeed. It is a bitch. So, very frustrating.
How's that?
Yeah, you just got to turn whatever you were listening to. Yeah, that's fine.
I was just in. Okay.
Twiz haven't won without Saquon Coyote. Yeah, listen, Listen, you could say whatever you want, Coyote. I hear you, bro. I mean, but who cares? They won. You know what I mean? Again, we didn't win without Charles Haley. Does it really matter? We didn't get over the hump until we had to go outside the organization. At least they were smart enough to go outside and get them. I mean, look at it from that perspective, Coyote. We couldn't win without Charles Haley.
Yeah, we didn't win in '94. He was on the sideline injured, if I'm not mistaken.
He was the magic piece. Even Aikman said that.
And it wasn't Dion. It was Charles Haley was the magic piece. Dion didn't come until when? Wade, 94?
95.
95.
So he came in 95 when we won, but I didn't know if he came the year before. So yeah, he didn't come until
94. I think Charles was hurt, and so was Eric Williams.
Yeah. Eric Williams, man. I miss Eric Williams. I wish he's around. He didn't pay. I mean, he's alive, right? I wish.
Yeah.
I wish
he should have been in the Hall of Fame had not been for that accident.
Eric Williams was the man.
The only guy that owned Reggie White.
I don't know that he owned him. He was just physical with him. I remember Reggie saying, dude was dirty. But, back in them days, I mean, he would literally punch Reggie off the snap. Literally punch him with an open hand to the side of his helmet. I mean,
damn.
Brutal. What's up, Ward family?
Pin slap.
All right, let's go back to the draft. Let's circle back. Obviously, everybody's on the same page. We think Cam Ward's going to the Titans, right?
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, he already came out and said Calvin Ridley's his best receiver in the league.
And then he was ranking the receivers, and he even did the other receiver on there that's ass. What's his name? And then Tony Pollard, best running back. But who do we think is going number 2? Do we think it's back to Shedeur? Or do we think it's Dart?
It's probably Dart.
I think they might go Carter.
No, I'm saying number 2 quarterback. Who's the second quarterback gone?
Oh, second quarterback. Okay, my fault.
I'm gonna go Shedeur. I'm going back to Shedeur. I think he's. I think he's gonna be too intriguing. I think, and I won't leak out who I think it might be, but I think he's going number 2. You guys think the same, Randy? I know you do.
Yeah. New Orleans.
Yeah, I'm thinking.
If he's,
I was about to say.
Don't make it by New Orleans.
I don't think Dart's going against. I think that Kellen's going to be too excited because Shedeur kind of reminds me a little bit of what's his name? The little guy, Drew Brees. Don't he remind you of Drew Brees a little bit? Shedeur Sanders.
A little bit.
Because he don't have a strong arm. Remember that was the big thing with Drew Brees. But look what he did. Has mobility.
And he's accurate. Brees was really accurate.
Yes, I think. Yeah. I think that's a good. I know Shedeur's not Drew Brees, but you got to remember when Drew Brees came out, he had a lot of these same questions. So, very interesting.
Mm-hmm.
So that's where I'm at.
I would say, and I said it before, that Shedeur is going to be at least he going to drop.
You think he's going to pass?
Oh yeah, he's absolutely he's going to drop.
I don't think he's going. I think he's going.
I don't think he'll get past New Orleans. I agree with Randy.
Like I said, I see him to be the 23rd pick of the draft.
Well, only time will tell, right?
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. Just looking at it. Let's see here. I'm just looking at
one thing I wanted to say tonight. You see a lot of great men out there, but did y'all see what the man who won the Masters this week did? He donated a $4.2 million check to Kids Cancer Society. That's a heck of a donation.
That's what I wanted to talk about. Thanks for reminding me. The Masters. And I was going to say, Randy, thank you. This is what I was going to talk about. We were talking about the weight of the world. That's what I wanted to say. I'm glad it came back to me because it was half decent. Did you see the weight that was lifted off of?
Yes. Did you see him shaking?
How many times had he been there and failed, Randy? I mean, how many times? No, I'm saying, how many times has he been to the Masters and not got it done?
Yeah, he's been right there and not won.
But it's been years and years and years, right? It kind of reminded me of Dak, right? I'm just saying in the aspect that the pressure was on him so much to win this one tournament. He's won plenty of But
he's got money. He doesn't need the money.
I was thinking of Dak the whole time, saying that's the kind of pressure Dak's under, and Dak can't seem to withstand the pressure. Whereas it was nice to see Rory McIlroy get over the top, finally
Yes, it
win
was.
it. You know, even though I'm a Bryson fan, once that was done, then I was rooting for Rory to get his first green jacket. Now you watch. Now he'll be like, oh, he'll win it again easy because he doesn't have the weight of the world on him to, to do so.
Yeah, all he wanted was a jacket there, buddy. That's all he wanted.
Yeah, and if you think about it, to give $4.2 million away like that to children's cancer, that's a hell of a man to do something like that. He wasn't shaking because of the money. He was shaking because he wanted to win.
Yeah.
Right. He was crying, man. He just wanted it.
Yep. Exactly. So
there's not too many sports figures like that. Ain't too many sports figures like that nowadays.
I saw Phil come in here.
No, there's not, Jesse. You're right.
I'm here. I'm just not on camera.
Okay. Yeah, I was gonna do a show me and Phil, but he was out. He was out and about. Will Hernandez is a dog, bro, and he's a Clayton Adams guy. Daniel M. Yeah, Will Hernandez is still available. I think you'll see Dallas do some moves after the draft. And not lose any comp picks. So we'll see. It could get a lot better.
Around there.
It could get a lot better after the draft if Dallas goes and does a couple things I think they may do. But we'll see. It's right now. It's all hopes and dreams. Don't think there's much pressure in Dallas Country Club. The fans of Dallas. Just look at the Dallas Mavericks. Dallas is.
They're pissed at that Nico guy.
There's a lot of pressure in Dallas.
They are.
Don't ever think there's no pressure in
Dallas
to win.
That's all you heard. Nico.
Like when in Philly, it's kind of close with the media, but Dallas has so much media up these players' butts, 24/7 trying to talk to them. There's a lot of pressure. There's a lot of pressure in that building. So there's a pressure inflicted from Jerry Jones, who paid $60 million for a quarterback, and they haven't delivered yet. So it'll be interesting. Arturo Gomez, what's up, brother?
I don't feel sorry for none of these athletes that makes millions and millions and millions of dollars with endorsement deals and et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So I don't feel bad. I mean, the weight is lifted off when you win something like that.
No, I don't
but
feel
all that means that you got there. That doesn't mean you're gonna go back and win it again.
No, but you see who's playing for the money and who's not. Is all. Yes.
So that's true too. That's true.
You know what I mean? Like who's playing for the money and who's playing to win. That's the thing. So if you
one of the nicer guys that you see out there that don't get a lot of pub is Shaquille O'Neal. He does a lot for a lot of people.
Yeah, he does. Leo, what's up, man?
Yeah.
The other thing
I met him in Greenville because he DJs. He DJs around parts of the country.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, he's a great DJ.
Yeah.
He's a great DJ.
We'll say that I heard the New England fans are pissed that they traded Milton. They are pissed.
Oh, yeah. Who is?
New England. The fans are pissed that they traded Milton to us.
That's what I was saying. That's good that you brought that up. Right now, they're questioning Mike Vrabel big time because they saw what he did in the one game, albeit in the backup versus backup. But the bottom line is he's a young quarterback, and the fans are not happy that Joe Milton's gone. And he's trying to just say the right things and, so. Oh, well.
I think Joe Milton was really. He went to the Cowboys. I think he's a cap casualty.
Why?
Because I believe that they was trying to get rid of somebody and put somebody else in that position.
Well,
I just don't think they really.
He was a
I think they wanted him there, but they looked the pros and cons and they say, "Hey, what can we get for him?"
Momo, I would say my opinion is they didn't want him in the building because, and he's going to do this to Dak Prescott, so get ready.
Put pressure on him.
He going to put pressure on him because when you drop, he's bigger. He's bigger. He's faster. He has way stronger of an arm. He's more of an athlete.
Yes.
But that doesn't mean he's a better quarterback. But when you're practicing, he's gonna look real good, right? That doesn't mean you're gonna be good in the game, but he's gonna look pretty good. He has to work on his accuracy, obviously. He can't hit the broadside of a barn necessarily, but it seems like that they didn't want that competition against Drake May up in New England. And didn't New England go out and get another quarterback recently? Didn't they sign somebody else? I thought they did.
Don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know if they did, but I agree with you. They didn't want competition in their quarterbacks. They wanted May to be the clear winner.
Yeah. And I think
why would Cowboys do that and put pressure on Dak?
Why?
He got enough pressure.
Because you can get out of it. It's not
because he got paid.
Well, they gave him money. I don't think Dak shies away from that type of pressure. He shies away from playoff games. I don't think it's fair to say he chokes in playoff games. I would say that there has been opportunities missed. He's won a couple. He's had a great drive against Seattle in the playoffs at home where he put the team on his shoulders on the last drive. He went into 7-9 Tampa Bay team, I know, but he did beat Brady and had an unbelievable. He had 123 quarterback rating on the road in the playoffs. He's come up short against the Niners both games. The other game he lost was against Green Bay. And Aaron Rodgers threw that unbelievable pass right way to the sideline. I heard Wade on with Law Nation say, well, that game wasn't Dak's fault because Aaron Rodgers just threw a perfect pass. Right, Wade? Isn't that what you said?
Perfect fourth down pass.
Where's Wade at? Come on.
Yes. Yes, he did.
Okay.
I just wish
that
Cowboys
was an
fans,
impossible throw. How many times
does
that happen?
No.
I wish Cowboy fans do me a favor.
Yes.
Dak Prescott is not going to lose his job to this kid.
No, he's not. He's not. I didn't say he was. I know. I hear Leo saying that. No. Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm not. Yeah, sorry. Yeah. He's not going to lose it now.
That's one major injury away from being retired, though. I will say that shit.
Not retired, but one major injury from being a backup.
This was to upgrade the Cooper Rush problem. Cooper Rush wasn't going to take us any farther than he's taken us, so I think that was to help upgrade the quarterback.
This is what I think. This is all it is, Momo, when it comes to Joe Milton. This is a younger a guy that they like. They have the habit of going out and bringing in guys that they had a good draft grades on. They liked him last year. He coming out of draft, just like Mingo. They were able to get Mingo, and they were able to get Milton. Milton basically wanted to come to Dallas, which is why they got him for so cheap. So,
you think Mingo is going to do y'all some favors?
Mingo? What do you mean favors? I think Mingo has a high ceiling. He's just
he's got potential, Momo. He's got potential.
Oh my God,
Mingo only played 1 year, buddy. I don't understand. He played 1 year with Carolina. Their offense was horrible last year.
Okay, so you think coming to Dallas?
I'm not saying he's going to be all pro. I'm saying he has a chance to be very good. He was drafted last year. He has 1 year in the league.
Okay,
that's all I'm saying.
All I'm saying is that I don't think when he looked lost. When he came to the Cowboys, he looked absolutely.
But that was at the trade deadline, like towards the end of the year, though, Momo. Normally it's tough for a young wide receiver to come in. Dallas got him for the future. Okay, Dallas had a high grade on him. He was drafted in the top 5 picks of the second round last year. He played one season with Carolina, and it was absolutely ass. It was horrible. But
that's because you got a bad quarterback over there too.
That's what I'm saying. We don't know what Mingo is, but they're just gambling with a 4th round draft pick.
Yeah, that's all you're doing is gambling.
But I mean, it could pay off. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, that's all you need to know.
Of course, we're talking Mingo. Mingo was drafted at the top of the 2nd round, Drew. He has 1 year in Carolina where he didn't get the job done. Carolina, who was horrible. So why not take a flyer on him? If he hits, you only gave up a 4th round pick. If he lost, you only gave up a 4th round pick. It's not the end of the world. It's a good upside move. Yes, Josh Dobbs. That's it. I knew they got somebody, Bobby. So And that goes to my point, Bobby Babinski. That goes to my point. They got a young Drake May, and then they got a legitimate older backup in Josh Dobbs, as opposed to a young Milton who could maybe outshine the starter. I don't know that he's elite to his, but
Quentin
wait a
said
minute.
something that just don't make
Are you
sense
sure?
to me.
Yeah, no, Twiz. I don't believe that. No way.
Russell
So
Wilson as a
Quentin,
rookie beat
Quentin
out
Cornett
highly
said
paid.
Russell Wilson.
Yeah.
Russell Wilson was, I guess he was a rookie. He beat out highly paid vet Matt Flynn. I wouldn't have anybody thought Matt Flynn was a good quarterback.
Could, Quentin Cornett, he could. I don't think Dallas would allow it because of the salary. Dallas is going to force feed Dak. I think if Dak gets hurt, they're more in line with that. Mingo needs a full training camp with Joe Milton. A Quentin Cornett, all I'm saying is Mingo's had one full year in the league with Bryce Young and Carolina.
And Bryce
Panthers.
Young was down, Brian, whenever he was
he wasn't
there.
Good. He
wasn't
good.
playing well.
Right. That's all we're saying. So why are we crapping on poor Mingo? He's a top of the second round draft pick who's played 1 year in the league. Now we're calling 1 year guys failures.
Mobile brought him up.
I don't. No, I just don't understand. That's not fair to the player. You talk to me after this year. Give me a couple years. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So it is what it is. Flournoy reminds me of. Yeah, I don't know.
How many years he got on this contract? Mingo got. Curiosity.
Well, it's a 4-year deal, so he's got 3 years left.
Okay.
So you got this year and 2 more. So that's what you got to look at, you know. He had some issues with his personality in Carolina. What I did see from Mingo was he was an elite blocker at the wide receiver position. You know, he said, "Oh well, you paid." Well, okay, but if you can play, if you can play special teams and you can block, then that helps you stay on the field. That's all. We'll see what he could do as a receiver.
You gotta take accountability too, Brian. That Carolina was a dumpster fire.
Yes. I am. A Cooper couldn't get the ball to Mingo. West Virginia.
Look, I live in Carolina. I don't want to hop on Carolina thing, but
my condolences.
That quarterback, they keep listing this man that's 6 feet. The man is not 6 feet. The man is about 5'7", 5'8". The man is short as hell.
Who's my height?
And his problem is that when he throws the ball, he looks, and even when he did that run into this past season, he looks like a person scared all the time. Look at his reaction. He looks lost. And that's the problem with quarterbacks coming to the league. They need babysitting in these football players, these quarterbacks that's coming in. They need a lot of babysitting because they get confused easy. Like the simplest thing. I'm just saying.
But remember, Momo, this crop of quarterbacks is suspect anyway.
What's up, Oscar?
I agree, Jesse. This quarterback group is not the best quarterback group.
No, they keep flip-flopping. I mean, they mentioned 4 quarterbacks, and then you even mentioned Milroe. I'm like, what?
Oh,
and Milroe's got a big upside.
You missed it.
Exactly.
Milroe. Giants are going to trade back into the first round and draft Milroe. That's going to be your quarterback.
I wouldn't be surprised.
If not, then you're going to get squeezed out. If not, you're going to get squeezed out.
That's the rumor up here.
That's the rumor of Giants. What happened to the guy from Texas?
He's dropping.
He's dropping again.
Yeah, he's horrible.
Yeah, he's dropping. That's Mark Hutchinson's guy.
I didn't say he's horrible. I would say that when he played college,
I don't think he's horrible now. He just hasn't lived up to expectations.
His ability to make decisions is not the best for a football team.
Yeah, I agree with that. A Coyote. College is for kids. QBs need to cook longer than most do. Yeah.
Not with that nil money.
Walker Wade.
That's going to change. That's going to change very soon because they're going to put a cap on that in our money.
Too much.
What do you think, Wade, about Joe Milton?
They're going to have to put a cap on it. They will put a cap on it.
They actually had to have a portal once, not twice a year. That's ridiculous.
But here's the thing about college football and college sports. It used to be when you get a 4-year run, you didn't have to every year. Now every year, you have to prove yourself. So you don't get the 4 years automatically anymore. For your
True, but they didn't. But they didn't feed them or anything. They had to go find their own food and all that. Come on now.
Yeah. Yeah.
They got money they deserve. If they're good, they get their money.
Yeah, when I was in high school, I thought I was the prospect. I thought I was good.
Cheerleader?
No, yeah, I was there. I was cheerleading on the side line too for the defense to win. Now I play defensive end or nose tackle, and I was very good. But I thought I was this bomb,
Mark Holmes.
and then I got to play with somebody who was much better than me. I realized I wasn't good at all.
That's the law of the jungle.
I'm going to share this, everybody. I'm going to share this. This is Mel Kiper's mock draft 4.0. If you look at your screen.
Yep, I saw it. Go ahead.
You got Cam Ward, number 1.
Yep.
You got Travis Hunter, number 2. Abdul Carter, number 3.
Yep.
Will Campbell, number 4. So let's talk about those 4. Everything makes sense.
And Momo's number 5.
So you got Cam Ward 1. So Travis Hunter now is going to Cleveland. Abdul Carter goes to the Giants. So Jesse, as a Giants fan, which player do you want more, Travis Hunter or Abdul Carter?
I'll take Carter. Travis Hunter, I'm not too suspect about his receiving.
Okay. I think you're probably.
I'll take Carter.
I think you're. I don't know. I think Carter would be nice. I do.
Yeah, Carter. Then Thibodeau on the other side. Nice.
I would think that as a Cowboy fan, I don't want to see Travis Hunter with the Giants. So I'll deal with Carter somehow.
Yeah, that's understandable.
I'm just saying.
We get whatever we
get.
That's what I'm saying.
No, I know, but we're talking about not who we're going to get. We're talking about who is the better player. I think that Hunter would be scary to play against. Don't be surprised if Milroe goes in the top 10. Wow, Mark Hutchinson.
Oh.
I believe you talk just to hear yourself talk. Momo. Mark Hutchinson.
That's interesting comment. I appreciate that compliment. Any more, go talk to my lawyer.
Mark Hutchinson. The next 4, we got Will Campbell goes to New England. This is what I was talking about.
They've been saying that.
You got Will Campbell going to number 4, Mason Graham 5, Ashton Genty to the Raiders. Now the Raiders are
Raiders.
The Raiders are a dumpster fire when it comes to their defense, as far as their defensive backs, but they do need running back. Mingo has had bums showing him it's only been 1 year too. That's the thing with Bobby, but some Eagle fans just want to laugh. They
still need a quarterback too.
So, that's the thing. I don't know how you could just say that about a guy after 1 year, but hey, I'm a little more, forgiving. I'm hearing myself. I gotta mute Tommy. There it is. Let's see here. Membu to the Jets seems like it's the overwhelming thing.
That's interesting.
They need offensive line, and he's one of the best right tackles. Jalen Walker going number 8. Who's that? Carolina. That makes sense. Jalen Walker. Shedeur Sanders 9 to the New Orleans Saints.
I think that's a lock there.
Tyler Warren goes number 10. He has Will Johnson going number 11. So with Matthew Golden, with Tet McMillan on the board, he has the Cowboys going O'Marion Hampton.
Yep.
That's crazy. Anybody's thoughts on that? Now.
I was like, whoa.
I don't have a problem with it. If that's what
I think you would have a problem with it.
I'm just saying, as a Cowboy fan, if my team deems that guy the guy, I know Mark Hutchinson loves it. So, and then you got Jahdae Barron, which that's the move. We just talked about Miami needing corners, and then what happens? Jalen Ramsey on the trade block. Jahdae Barron goes. Colston Loveland, because Warren's gone, goes to the Colts. Mike Green goes to the Falcons. I could see that. Matthew Golden. I'm surprised they went Golden to the Cardinals.
I don't think he's going that low, though.
Well, I do. He can easily. If Dallas don't take him, he's going to go that low. But Matthew Golden, when they just took Marvin Harrison Jr., I don't see that. I see them going defense. But, that's just me. Jihad Campbell, okay, he's rising back up. Kelvin Banks to Seattle. Nicky Manwari to Tampa. Tet McMillan goes all the way to 20, which makes some sense because they're looking to trade Cortland Sutton. So if they could dump Cortland Sutton in the draft for a draft pick, I could see that happen. Derek Harmon going to the Steelers. I don't buy that for 1 minute. I believe they're going quarterback. So I don't believe that. You got Gray Zabel, Michael Williams, Donovan Jackson, Josh Connerly, Jackson Dart. I could see that. Dart will not get past the Rams. Malachi Starks. Donovan Izariku. I've had him mocked there before. Shamar Stewart goes to the Commandos. So there you go. You get an edge rusher out of Texas A&M, Momo. Maxwell Harrison. He was invited to the draft. Everybody's saying second round. Harrison goes in the first round to the Buffalo Bills. Josh Simmons. And James Pierce goes to the Philadelphia Eagles. Oscar, I'm not saying I like it or not. I'm just showing you what one of the greats has mocked. And he's been right on Dallas.
I think that Detroit pick and Washington pick gonna be flip flop.
But either way, you think you're getting an edge rusher. So
no, he's outside linebacker.
Who's that? Izariku?
Yes.
Yeah.
He does both.
No,
he does both.
Yeah, but I think he's mainly like an edge rusher. And we know Shamar Stewart can play defensive lines / end. But yeah, Izariku is a smaller guy, but he's a speed rusher from the outside. But I think James Pierce to the Eagles, now he has a crap ton of off the field issues, which is why he's a top 10 talent that could very well drop to the Eagles at 32. And I think they're the type of organization that could make them go straight. I mean, we'll see.
I think Washington organization can do that
they
too.
They do straighten out people sometimes.
I mean, I just think they have the leadership that can handle it. Like coming off a Super Bowl. So we'll see. I mean, if it falls that way, if I'm the Eagles, I'm happy. But if I'm a Cowboy fan, are you happy with a Marion Hampton going at 12? Would you be upset with that? That's what I'm trying to say. I'd rather have Pierce than Stewart. Chris Dooley. I don't know that Dan Quinn would.
Brian, there's one thing there that stands out. If Tyler Warren isn't picked in the top 10 and the Colts are sitting there at 14 and we're sitting there at 12, they're going to maybe come up to us at 12 and want to take Tyler Warren.
Who?
The Colts at 14. We trade down 2 spots, and they pick Tyler Warren at 12, and we drop down to 14 and get like a third-round pick.
Yeah, but right now, with this scenario, Warren's going at 10.
Right. I'm just saying if Warren don't go there.
Yeah. What's up, Tommy T? It seems like Warren keeps getting mocked in the top 10.
Mm-hmm.
I kind of like him in the top 10.
Yeah.
Hampton at 12 is a reach, says West Virginia Country Boy. Again, a reach as far as a few picks, possibly. I don't think they want to take any of those guys at 12. I don't think they want to take Hampton at 12. I don't think they want to take Golden at 12. I don't think they want to take McMillan at 12. I
agree with you.
I don't think they want to do that. But you need a trade partner, West Virginia. But in the end, if you like somebody and you are that forthcoming about it, I can get behind you. You just got to prove to me that you like them. That's the thing. I'm not going to say I know everything when it comes to the draft. So, Woke Youssef, good evening. What's going on? Yankees win. Phillies are getting crushed. So here we go. Phillies are losing 11-4 right now. So
don't let me start with that.
It is what it is.
It's early in the year.
But I like that Maxwell Harrison, that the corner. But man, too. First round. Oof.
No, I was thinking second round. I don't like him in the first round.
I think the Rams are definitely looking for a replacement for Matt Stafford. So I think that makes a lot of sense. So you figure, let's realistically say, I think a quarterback goes there. I think a quarterback goes to the Steelers. That's 2.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah.
I believe a quarterback goes to New Orleans. That's 3.
3.
I think a quarterback goes to the Titans. That's 4. And I think a quarterback goes to, I don't know, man. That's only 4. Figure Cam Ward is 1.
McCord is going to the Rams.
Yeah, but I thought I'm trying to get 5 quarterbacks in the first round, and I can't do it.
Nah,
I got Tennessee, New Orleans, Steelers. That's 3.
Unless they trade up, you can probably count.
The Rams is 4. Oh, that's it. 4, and then I got the Giants coming back up.
Yep.
To possibly trade with the Eagles at 32 to
For
get
Milrow
or something like that.
That's what I said.
I think the Eagles could trade down. Or if not the Eagles, it could be maybe
Washington,
Buffalo, possibly.
Hell, Kansas City, any of them teams.
Kansas City, something like that.
Yes.
I could see that. So just to keep in mind. What's up, Miguel Escobar? How are you? Hey, Game Time, how are you? Almost draft day. Yes, we are a week away. Looking forward to it. Really am. I agree with we need to trade back a couple spots, West Virginia.
Very funny, Drew.
Thank you. Thanks, man. I do believe that would be a great plan, but it does take 2 to tango.
True.
It does. So I got a lot to do as far as thumbnails. I forgot we got.
The Eagles are notorious for in conference training. Trading.
Yeah. I mean, I think the Eagles are going to move up and down.
Yep.
Eagles. A draft how I would like to draft, meaning
yo-yo.
I like the Jimmy Johnson attacking the draft, like earmarking guys, knowing where they're slotted throughout the draft, moving up, moving down, and maybe lessening your picks in the end, but getting more quality picks. That's kind of what I like. Giants or Jets maybe getting a QB. Yeah, I like 5 in the first round. I think one team is going to come up into the bottom of the first and trade for Milrow or Howard. I don't know. Maybe Howard goes to the Steelers. I don't know.
There's a lot of people throwing chum in the water right now because they don't want you to know.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, I could see Ward 1. I could see Sanders going number 9 to New Orleans, right? I could see Will Howard going to the Steelers. I could see Jackson Dart going to the Rams. And then I could see a Cleveland's and the Giants fighting to trade back up with somebody to get
I see Howard going to Pittsburgh because I see Howard going to Pittsburgh because he has a look of a Pittsburgh still a quarterback.
And everybody laughed. There was a couple guys. I think it was Trader Chris. I think there's no way Howard. I think that was you, right, Trader Chris? I said I don't know. I know they loved him in his workout. He killed it in his workout, and he's
All
a
right.
winner. He just won a national
right.
championship game. So.
All right, guys, I'm about to head on out.
All right, Momo. I'll talk to you, brother. Thanks
right,
for
Mo.
stopping
See
in.
you later.
All right.
See ya. Bye. But yeah, so very interesting. Very, very interesting. It's gonna be interesting to see how like all this shakes out. As soon as we get through this draft, though, and I'm still working on that. So we got a lot to do between now and then. As far as we got the damn WrestleMania this weekend, me and Loyal.
Oh yeah, baby.
So we're doing that on Saturday and Sunday. So that'll be fun. But yes, next week, big time week for the NFL. I love draft week. You know, I don't know.
Brian, this will be the first time I actually paid attention to the draft like that with you guys.
Yeah,
cool.
I love the draft. And again, it's not just for the Cowboys. I love the draft for just.
Yeah, same here.
Yeah, I enjoy it. I've always enjoyed it because we've been talking about it for so long, and now all of a sudden it's going to be here. And then you get to see all the crap that was slung for the last few months.
Yes.
No doubt.
What's going to be the gas mask? There's going to be something leaked between now and the draft.
Just watch. I'm guarantee you that's going to be. I mean, social media has that dominated.
You know something's going to happen. Who is it going to be, right? Who's it going to be? Who's going to be my bitch?
I know,
What's up? I love weed. What's up, brother? Jimbo, I love the draft, brother. I do. I love the draft. And not just because Cowboys. I just love the draft.
I know Daddy awesome. Sanders is going to have Shador on lockdown.
Yeah. Well, let's put it this way. Travis Hunter, you know he's making a lot of money with that NIL money because he's like, if you're not going to play me both ways,
he's going to retire.
I don't want to play at all. That just tells you how many millions he's already made in the college ranks. So
yeah, somebody just signed a big contract with Under Armour. I don't remember who it was.
Yeah, that was a Cam Ward.
Cam Ward.
Yeah, yeah.
Cam Ward.
Yeah, big contract with them.
Yep, absolutely. Absolutely. Now, Randy, I keep seeing Jalon Walker. I mean, it's interesting. Now I see him going number 8 to Carolina. It's funny, man. I can't wait until the draft to see what these scouts really think of players. Because we're hearing all this crap.
I just want some of these analysts to shut up.
Think about it. Every time the Raiders come up every year, you never know who the hell they're going to pick.
Yeah.
They say who they're going to pick, and then it's somebody off the wall. So they're
the quarterback, but that's what they need.
Yeah, they're the team that could change the whole dynamic of the first round.
That ain't nothing. Last week, all them talking about is Ashton Genty.
Yeah.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
And
that's right.
Shit, they were talking about last month. Last month they were talking about Shador going to the Ram Raiders.
Mm-hmm. So who are they going to pick? That's why this is so fun.
Now they're talking about cornerback.
Will Johnson.
Yep.
Bobby asked, "Who do you want to play week 1? Who do you guys want to play week 1?"
The referees.
We always play the Giants week 1. I don't know. Who do you want to play week 1, Randy? I usually don't like to play a big, meaningful game.
I would like to play a game that doesn't mean as much to us, like an ASE game, maybe. That
you need to be a good game, Randy.
No Vegas.
Hey, you want to be a good game? It'd be Detroit.
Well, Detroit's gonna. Let's see who's gonna play in the first game of the year, the Thursday night game. Is that going to be Kansas City and Philadelphia since they play this year?
Either that or Detroit and what's called Eagles. The rivalry that never happened.
Yeah, I can see the Super Bowl rematch.
We're only 90 days about away from training camps opening, guys.
Yep.
Wow.
The time has flown by.
God damn. Yeah, but
think about it.
Yeah.
Last time we were talking about this, we were all laughing out about the Super Bowl. Jesus.
So, 90 days, that ain't long for training camp.
All right, here we go.
OTA's coming up.
Here we go. First things first, guys. When are we going to Vegas this year? Let's look at the road schedule. Okay. Well, the home games, we got Giants, Eagles, Commanders, right? Obviously. We play Packers at home.
Yep.
We play the Chiefs at home. We play the Chargers at home. We play the Vikings at home. We play the Cardinals at home. So I'm kind of hoping that if it's a home game, I don't think it's going to be home. We always open up on the road. I don't think it's a home game. I really don't. If it is, it's probably going to be divisional. It's probably going to be Giants at home.
Giants. It seemed like we always play the Giants first.
Away games, obviously, Giants, Eagles, Commandos. You got Bears, Broncos, Lions, Jets, Panthers, Raiders. I have a feeling
I'm telling you, Detroit.
We're going to play the Raiders the first game of the
That's
year.
why I have a feeling too. I don't know why.
It's going to be 115 in Vegas, for F's sake. I'm going to have to wear a damn... I'm gonna have to wear one of those air conditioning helmets.
You have to wear. You're gonna have to wear a muumuu.
So what do you guys think?
I plan on being there.
So everybody in the chat, when are we gonna play in Las Vegas?
I'd like to play October when it's cooler.
I want to play October, November, beginning.
Just not Thanksgiving. I don't want to play Thanksgiving.
Well, Thanksgiving we're home, so we're not playing Thanksgiving.
No, that's right. That's right.
Yeah. I just hope it's not Christmas.
I hope
I'm
not.
going, but I mean, as long as it's not on Christmas. If it's the first game of the year, I'm still going. But my question is, Speedo, slow it down a little bit. I don't do Speedos.
I said muumuu.
I don't get enough material for my. Oh, I'm sorry, Bobby.
Brian, if it is around the holidays, I hope it's probably the last game of the year or something.
Nah, I don't.
Las Vegas.
Man. I'm just saying, look at the schedule, guys. When are we going to go there? You know how
you know what they're going to do to us, Brian?
What's that?
They're going to put us on the Thursday freaking night. You watch.
The Raiders?
Yes, us and the Raiders on the freaking Thursday night. You watch. Because they made a lot of
we'll all be watching it from a sports bar. The tickets are going to be $2,000 a pop. Fuck that. We're going to go to a local sports bar and have
Marcus,
fun.
okay, I know my team's not good, but don't go ahead and think we're not going to do a thing. So
do it.
Keep them comments coming.
Do it now.
Keep them comments coming. Do it now. Keep those comments coming.
Jesse, y'all's defense isn't that far away.
I know, that's what I'm saying. Keep commenting. Keep on with that butt trash talk. It's all right. If we're gonna get that defense is set. Now we need a receiver and a safety and a couple lines.
Well, you have to have that. They call a quarterback. You have to have that too, though. That's the big thing.
Yeah, but the quarterback it's gonna be one way or another. If not, we don't get a quarterback this year. It's always next year. It'll be a better crop next year too.
Y'all are going to trade up and get a quarterback. I'm telling you.
It's got to be that. And I know, I'm hoping that. But if it doesn't, it's okay. We're not going to have a winning season, so we're going to end up getting a high pick.
I did hear today, since you're talking about
Thanks,
that the Giants were talking about trading back.
That's another thing. Yeah,
Thanks,
I've been hearing that too as well.
Are you okay with that?
I don't care. As long as they get what they need to get.
Don't
get
Bobby
me something
Babinski.
like, we get a punter. What? No. Get the best thing you can get. That's all I ask. I'm not winning no Super Bowl. Far from dreaming.
Well, Brian, who do you think the Cowboys are going to get the first and second round?
Let me write the super chat. Bobby, thank you, sir. I appreciate what you just did. I appreciate
Still say his receiver.
I believe it's going to be running back, receiver, in no particular order. I got to give you? I mean,
I get that receiver out the way first.
Yeah, I agree with you. I agree, Jesse.
With you, but I'm so intrigued by Hampton. I'm so intrigued by Omarion Hampton.
You'd be more intrigued with McMillan, though, right?
No, I don't think I will. Actually.
I think it's somebody running back, and that's just because I'm a running back by trade.
Thomas doesn't.
Yeah.
Here's my fear, everybody. My fear is this. My fear is we sit at 44. Henderson's going to be gone. I love Henderson.
I do too.
So Henderson's not going to make it to 44. Rumor is he's not going in the first round, but he's going to be a top 10 of the second round. In my opinion, I think they're going to go back, Randy. Right? They're going to look at their board. They're going to go, shit, we need a running back. If we don't get one now, there's still some good ones later, but not like Henderson. And Henderson ain't going to make it to 44. So my question is to you guys is, if we don't take a running back, if we don't take a Marion Hampton at 12, okay, would you be okay with the Iowa running back? Because he may be the only guy left out.
Yeah, Caleb Johnson.
He may be the only guy left. So,
yeah, they've been mentioning his name too.
But I'm just saying, if you don't take Hampton, you're not most likely going to get Henderson, right? So, and who else is the other running back? Is that
the other Ohio State running back?
Yeah, Judkins will be there. Judkins will be there. We did meet with Judkins. So my question is, would you like? All right, here's a better question. Would you like O'Marion Hampton and let's say in the second round, Jaden Higgins or
Blue?
No.
Jaden, the receiver.
Yeah, let's say I don't think we take receiver in the second round. See, that's my thing. To me, if we don't take a receiver in the first, we're probably not taking him like one in the second. I don't
Why not?
Because I don't think there's really going to be anybody great there.
I think we're going to be taking cornerback in the second is where I think we're going to go as cornerback.
McMillan, Golden, Egbuka, Burden, they're all gone. You got Trey Harris. I like Trey Harris. Don't love him. You got the two Iowa State guys. You got Jalen Royals, who's 6 foot 205.
Yor, that guy.
Yeah, and he's not perfect. I do like Jaden Higgins. So let me just do this. You have either O'Marion Hampton and Jaden Higgins, or you go with Golden and then Caleb Johnson or Judkins. That's the thing. Which one of those do you like better? Probably Golden and
yeah, I would like Golden and Judkins or Johnson, one of the two.
What's up, Cranberries? How are you? So anyway,
I like O'Marion Hampton, just not at 12.
Yeah,
that's all.
Yeah, I mean, I hear you. That's why in a
But
perfect. No, that's right. Go ahead. Who's to say?
I would say you can always trade. You can always trade it now.
Nah, we're not trading up. He already said. Oh, I love weed. I want Henderson. And I wouldn't mind having Egbuka, which is why I said I love weed. Trade down, and then you may end up with Egbuka. Trade down twice, for crying out loud.
Yes, I agree with you, Brian.
You get Egbuka, Henderson, get them both. I'm on board with that.
Wow.
Yes, I am too.
But yeah, they're not. I don't have faith that they could do that. That's something Howie Roseman would do.
Yeah, that's wishful thinking.
Now I'm hearing some issues with Collins. So Daniel M. Some people aren't as high on Collins out of Texas. So we'll see. I don't know where they stand on it, but we'll see. Before you know it, it'll all be over.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna call this one tonight. This is an hour and a half. I got to get up very early tomorrow. I wanted to do a stream. Stay tuned. We're gonna be doing a lot this weekend. Yeah, today's already Wednesday. You might see me tomorrow night. Who knows? Again, there's a good chance I'll do something. Friday, Mark's got his show, and then I'll be live Saturday. I'll be live Sunday. And then we go right into our big Tuesday night live stream with Philly 500 and Kyle Pizzle.
Looking forward to that.
Yeah, that'll be fun.
Oh, yeah, baby. I can't wait to see my hero, Kyle Pizzle.
But I love Kyle Pizzle. He knows my guy. And I like Giddens too, Stephen White. So it'll be interesting. It will be interesting. I got to really narrow in what I think with this mock draft. But all right, everybody. Any final words that that anybody wants to say here?
Well, one thing just to throw out to everybody, if Bond is sitting there in the 5th round, why not take a look at him?
Yeah. I would say this, Tej Johnson too. If like Tej Johnson is there in round 3, let's say we go running back and whatever in a second, corner or defensive tackle. If Tej Johnson is there in round 3 because of what he ran, and I think he will be, okay.
I'm all for that.
You know what I mean?
Speed.
Okay. Thanks, Elaine. I appreciate everybody.
He's got football speed from side to side.
No bonding, says Steve White. Go ahead, Thomas.
One thing I can't wait. Go ahead.
That bonds is what you got to see what's up with it first because of that sexual assault thing. And
right. You're right, Thomas. You're right. I forgot about that.
Yeah. And also, and I want to see. Me personally, I want to see the second round. The second round's gonna be really interesting.
That's why I hope we trade back and get the pick.
Y'all
trade Deuce for a 7th. Bingo. Mark Hudson, love it, brother. I love the hate. It's hysterical.
Y'all was talking about these receivers and stuff a while ago. I think the quietest receiver that nobody hasn't mentioned is the Thornton guy from 6'5" and running 4.340.
Yeah, Deontay Thornton from Tennessee.
Yeah.
Yeah, nobody said anything about him.
And then you got the guy out of Maryland too, right?
Felton, is it?
Yeah.
Felton,
Ty Felton, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, him, yeah.
You got
the receivers moving up is Williams. I don't remember where he's from, but he's moving up the boards. Williams.
He was spoken about on ESPN today.
You got Pat Bryant out of Illinois, Savion Williams out of TCU. Restrepo, I'm out on Restrepo.
Yeah, he can't 4.8.
Who the hell is he?
I like Jack Besh. Kyle Williams out of Washington State.
That's it.
5'10", 190. Yeah, I don't think so. Jaden Higgins.
I
like Jaden Higgins, 6'4", 214. I do like Jaden Higgins. So I would be all for Jaden Higgins. But again, to me, either take one in the first round or just wait. I don't know that I want one in the second round. That's just me. But all right, everybody. See you, Big D. We'll talk to Big D. We'll see Wade. We'll let him go. Randy, thank you. We lost Jesse and Thomas. I will talk to you, brother. Everybody in the chat, thank you so much for supporting the channel. We are, I think we're up near, I don't even know where I'm at. I don't really keep track of it.
8 days from the draft.
Yeah, we're 8 days away. But I mean, as far as my subscribers, I think I'm 60 or something like that. I don't know where I'm at. 61K, something like that. Thank you all. I appreciate it. And I will talk to everybody later. All right, guys. Later.
Everybody have a good night.
Bye.
Thank you.
Night.
Bye.